So hi everyone, I'm delighted and it gives me a great pleasure to welcome Dr. Aanandi, who has secured this amazing rank of rank 10 in the recently concluded NEET SS exam. It's been around 10 hours or so only since the result came out. I'm sure you would be like really happy. So tell us about how you're feeling, how it does it feel after you get this rank to inspire your juniors.
Yeah, so it's an amazing feeling, and it was a pleasant surprise. I was not expecting this rank because my paper wasn't as good as I expected it to be. It was a tougher paper this time. Um, it was like giving all the super specialty INS together, if I frame it like that. So generally in NEET SS we say that we have to cover more of breadth rather than
Yeah.
depth, but this time both the things were combined. I feel,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I mean
secure.
that's what we also tell, and even as people preparing material for who are studying, also it came as a surprise to us. But what we have seen is this is almost like an anomaly because this thing happened in 2021 as well. The paper came like that, and then it became very much normalized. And similar things keep happening in the surgical group and medicine group as well. So I hope it's an anomaly rather than a norm. But yeah, definitely for this time's purpose, this time's relevancy, it was definitely on the tougher side. So
Even
for our viewers, yeah,
even being tough, I would say the topics were pretty much the same. Just the
yeah,
depth for the same important
correct,
topics was more. That's all.
correct, correct. And yeah, so for our viewers, Dr. Anandi, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how your academic journey has been.
Yeah, I'm from Chandigarh and I've done my MBBS and MD both from GMCH Chandigarh. And currently I was working with Rainbow Hospital in Bangalore. And I decided to start preparing for NEET in about August, I would say. So from August onwards, I was mostly doing retrograde study, and I had my notes from Nelson, and I used to just do MCQs thoroughly from doctor tutorials. I think I've done the Q bank twice or so, along with the elite questions and all, and then I would used to supplement them in my notes, and in the end, I just used them to revise.
Great, great. And like especially through your MD, because that is also a part where students have confusion on how to navigate their journey. Because one thing is the hectic clinics that are already there, and then there is this confusion about the academics on the theoretical reading. So, how was your journey through MD?
MD was, yes, definitely it is challenging, but it is, I think, the part where we learn the most. And seeing the patients, then going back and reading from the Nelson and enjoying the correlation, the text with the clinical correlation was a nice journey, I would say. And then I would used to make notes from those particular topics, and those are mostly the topics that are asked because those are the clinically relevant things that we see. So just, I think maybe read your Nelson side by side as you're seeing the cases, and I would particularly say do make notes from Nelson by hand because in the end you cannot read all the Nelson again and again. So I think from the first year only I started making notes, and I still have those notes only.
Great. I mean, that's one of the perfect ways to do things, having your own notes. It takes a lot of time and energy, but making notes from the textbook while reading is a great way. And also, students have this confusion on whether or not to do SS because that is always a little bit of a doubt in pediatrics. So, how did you navigate that decision making?
I think that is the most difficult decision to make because when we are going into MD, we mostly know which branch we want to take. For me, I was pretty sure that I just want to do pediatrics. But after we are out of MD, it's a whole different world. Like you have no idea how the outer world is working. You're in a bubble when you're doing your MD. So I also gave my IAP fellowship exam just after finishing my MD. I got a good rank, so I decided, okay, let's just go into doing some fellowship. But just after joining that, after 2 days itself, I realized that no, I should actually take some time, and only if I particularly like one branch, then I should go for it. So it took some time. I started working in a hospital and started seeing cases. Then I particularly started liking neurology, and only then I was able to make this decision. Like, yes, now I want to do super specialty in this branch. Otherwise, I would have waited for that decision.
Great. And now coming to the preparation phase, that is again a big challenge. So how did you navigate that? You yourself said as the you had those notes, but apart from that, what were your strategies through the preparation?
See, mainly I would say this is more of a MCQ based exam. So more of MCQs that you do, better it is. And definitely Nelson is the Bible. So if you haven't read it at that time, there are two ways to go about it. Either you have a lot of time and you go through the Nelson important topics, make your notes, and then do the MCQs, or do the other way around. I did not have much time, so I did it the other way around, and thankfully I had some notes. So either way, MCQs along with Nelson is important.
Yeah, and I think especially because we have a gap between the last time we gave such an exam, it was like 3 to 4 years back, and now we are again coming to that MCQ mold, and to have that practice also, MCQs, Q banks, these things help a lot. The another question is in the November timeline part of things particularly is the confusion with INI. So, did you have your eyes set on NEET assess and you had specifically focused, or was there a confusion in the INI part of things? Because there was this so yeah, so there was this confusion this time around. Is NEET assess going to happen first? Is INI? So, how did you take that decision?
That is, I think, the most chaotic thing. And for me, it was not, I would not do it this way had I been focused on one of the exams. I particularly wanted to do neurology. So I was initially, when the exam was supposed to be in November, I think this NEET SS. So I was from August to about 2 3 months. I was studying general peds only because that exam is first, and after that I kept the time for INI. But then it got delayed, so I had to leave that preparation in between. Then I had to start preparing for INI. Then after that finished, then I had to again pick up the general peds. So it was very chaotic, and preferably, I think both things can go hand in hand if you do the general part more or less nicely and keep a few weeks for the. Depends on specialty also. If you keep a few weeks for INI, but I would not have done it like this had I been focused on one of the exams. That is what I feel.
Yeah, this challenge especially comes in November, and if NEET happens before INI a little bit, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, it's still easy. But the other way around is definitely tough. Anyway, all's well that has ended so well. So yeah, coming to the doubt with respect to the usage of interview in the INI. Like, did you give the interview? How was that phase
No,
like?
no. I qualified the first round, but I did not get a chance to give the interview.
Okay. And with respect to your guidance to your juniors generally, because juniors are who are listening to this interview with respect to MD days, at the end of MD, through the INI, anything specific you'd like to tell them? How should they go through these phases?
I believe we should enjoy a little more. As doctors, we are not enjoying that much. We're just giving exams and exams and exams one after the other. And enjoy learning, enjoy reading what you're seeing. That way, it retains more, I feel. And books and all, everybody knows the same books you have to read, but make it a little more enjoyable, I feel.
It's And how did doc tutorials help you? Like our Q bank, as you said, and what else? Like, how did you use doc tutorials in your journey?
So doc tutorials was the primary thing that I was using. So I used to do MCQs every day, and my first MCQ read was like a general. Even if I have not read the topics very well, I used to start doing MCQs so that I just keep retaining some stuff. And in the end, again, I did the whole question bank again, along with the especially the elite tests and all. They were very useful because they were the questions were particularly from the most important topics, and the explanations were also extremely well. And the group that you've made for doc tutorials, that also helps because you guys are always helping us out, giving us answers and feedbacks. So, and we can see what everybody else is doing. So, overall, I think it was a very nice journey with doc tutorials.
I think we lost Dr. Anand.
Hello.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So obviously the result is solely, not solely, but mainly based on your shoulders. But what else about the support system? Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, obviously, my family, my brother, especially my husband, my in laws. No success is possible without the sacrifices from the family. And obviously, your team, Doc Tutorial, has helped a lot. And everybody in my life, actually, my seniors, my juniors, my colleagues, even a person who I meet just for a day or so, has somewhat shaped this journey. So, thanks to all of them. Obviously, thanks to Almighty.
It was very nice talking to Anandi, and I'm sure you do really well in the coming years. Yeah, so thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.